Well, join me, Marcus, on another walk. And I've been slacking. It's been quite a few weeks since my last one. Well, hello. I'm back in Porthcawl, and as the weather's so nice, and I'm still a bit jet lagged from my trip to the USA, I thought I'll stay local and do another Porthcawl walk. So today I'm going to do a walk from here, Newton Beach, over Newton Burrows towards Merthyr Dunes. This is a walk I've done a few times, but what I like about it, there's always new paths to take or new things to see, and the weather's so good, hopefully it'll wake me up. On this walk, as I mentioned, it's unplanned, so at this stage I can't show you the map or tell you the distance because I don't know where I'm going. But when I get back here at the end of the walk, I'll tell you the distance and I'll put a link to the map in the description below. So Newton Beach, our starting point. At the moment, the tide is in. I've parked on Beach Road up there. There is parking up there you have to pay for, but this time of year you normally can park on the street somewhere. Well, that's the plan, so let's get started. We're heading that way, east. Let's go. I've walked off the beach and I've joined the Wales Coast Path heading east, and in the distance you can see Merthyr and the Ridgeway. And once you're out of the wind, it is quite warm. As I mentioned at the start, I'm still a bit jet lagged from my trip to the USA, and the clocks have gone forward as well. I didn't have time to do any walks in the Great Smoky Mountains. There's some really nice trails, the Appalachian Trail that goes all the way up to Maine at 2,500 miles or something. But I did go on a few short walks. I didn't film actually. But what's good about being home, I'm less likely to be attacked by a bear. After walking for about 10 minutes, you come to this sign. You can continue along the beach, but I'm going to turn inward slightly towards the ridge and the houses you can see on the hill over there. So back in the day, there were sand and gravel works here, extracting the sand and gravel from the dunes. And in a few minutes, we're going to go past some remnants of those works. If you do this walk early in the morning or late in the evening, you normally see hundreds of rabbits around as well. So I'm walking along this flat area, and basically there's only one way to go, a left here through this gap. Again, you're still heading east, but just about 50 yards from the beach itself. You're starting to see the piles of stones. Well, I've mentioned this fact on many walks over here. This was a site of a major rifle range. There are quite a few, I think 2 side by side. And in World War II, Eisenhower visited the troops here prior to D-Day in 1944. But the rifle range itself goes back long before World War II. I think it dates back to the Boer War or something like that. There are quite a few in the area. I know there was one in Merthyr, one up by Wigvach. So this wasn't the only one, but this was the biggest. I have done a video about that, and I'll link that below, about the firing range in more detail. So it's clouded over a little, but it's still getting warmer. But the good thing about this walk is whichever path you take, you're not going to get lost. One side is the ridgeway, and the other side is the beach. If you do get lost, just head to the beach and walk back. Even though we're on dunes, when it rains a lot, it does flood. The water table's quite high. This area can flood, so some of the paths I'm taking, you can't take after heavy rain. If you look here, you can see where it has been flooded in the past. I'm now cutting through this wooded area, and where it comes out is on one of the old firing ranges. I think what we'll do, go and see the old target area. I know I've been there a few times, but if you're passing, it's always worth having a look. I'm now on one of the firing ranges, and this is the one most inland. I don't know if you can see the banking behind me. Back in the day, there were none of these trees or bushes. It was all stripped bare, and you could see the firing ranges really clearly, obviously, but now it's really overgrown. So just in front of this hill is where the targets were. When you come to this fork, we take the right route. This is the target area in front of the hill. What I'll do now is turn towards the sea, walk a couple of 100 yards, and you come across the second of the firing ranges. The same sort of thing. This is the second firing range. Again, nearly completely covered by the bushes. The sun's come out again, so I'm really warm, so I think it's time to take off my coat. And the sleeves are being rolled up. So that's all sorted. Let's continue. Let's have a look. I think I'll head towards the ridgeway. At the bottom of the ridgeway, there is a small spring known as the Burrows well. Let's go and see if there's any water there at the moment. The good thing about this walk, even on a bank holiday or on the weekend in the summer, once you leave the car park, after about 15-20 minutes, it's really quiet and you're not going to bump into many people at all. So, just to our right is the site of the spring. It looks pretty dry to me. Let's go down and take a look. Around this area as well, they have unearthed evidence of ancient settlements. They've also found a Roman brooch on the dunes as well. Well, if you continue down this path, you end up in Merthyr. You can turn left up to the ridgeway, but I'm going right again towards the beach. Right, this is only a short walk today, basically to wake myself up to get over the jet lag. But in the previous videos, I have said any suggestions for walks in the South Wales area. Also, if you know of a good walk, or meet me and guide me one day on a weekend, let me know below. So this is the runoff coming from the spring. There's not much water at the moment, but there is some. I can't get over this weather. It is warm now. And for reference, I don't normally put a date in. It is the 31st of March. Over here, there's a little wooden bridge. Normally all this area is flooded, but as you can see, it's all dried up at the moment. It's a bit rickety. I think that bridge needs repairing. So what I think I'll do now is head back towards the car park, but I think I'll choose a different route. I think over here are some more signs from the sand and gravel works. They stretch quite a long way along the beachfront. We're by another section of the gravel works. If you go up that way, you get to the beach. But I'm going to walk back inland a bit via a different path down here through those woods there. Actually, I don't think you can walk through there. Let's walk around. Can we walk down there? Or is it overgrown? Let's take a look. Rabbit! Don't know if I caught him on camera. Well, it is a bit overgrown, but I think I can get through. Just about. The thing is, it's spring, so everything's growing back. More signs of the gravel works. And there's a stile there. We can head back west. As you can see, some paths are clearer than others. Let's go through here. I picked the right route through here. See if I can get through. Can I get through? Ooh. Yeah, this way, slightly overgrown. I'm nearly through it though. Ah. Oh, bollocks. Ah, I'm caught. There we are. Why was I moaning? Well, I wouldn't recommend wearing shorts, even though it's hot enough. Some bugs on me. Also, don't wear your best shirt. It's going to get skagged. Not all paths are like that. What I'll do now is walk to the coastal path. And it's like this. Much easier to walk. I think on these walking videos, I'm showing the paths not to take. The awkward route. Oh, bugs. Well, now I've rejoined the Wales Coast Path. And it's a short walk back to the sign where I started. So I'm back by the sign. Let's make sure I stop it. It says distance 2.76 miles. So with the extra bit I missed out at the start, I would say 3 miles. It took me an hour and 25 minutes, but I was filming. I would say an hour. Well, that's it. My little walk from Newton Beach along Newton Burrows towards Merthyr. And I think it's done the job. It's cleared the jet lag. And as I said earlier, if you know of any local walk, want to guide me on a weekend somewhere, nothing too far, an hour to 2 hours, let me know. And remember, until next time, keep walking. Bye.